Now, the Bible makes it extraordinarily clear that God is a God of order. In fact, the Bible tells us that God is not a God of confusion. And since God is a God of order, we see that very clearly. We see it with creation. We see it with mankind. We see it with the family. We see it within church. We see it in society. All of these things are things that God has established and God has set in motion, and God has put in order to all things. So certainly as we talk about the angelic realm is also in order. And so there are different ranks within the angelic realm. Now, we don't understand it fully. We're limited to what the Word of God has shown us. And so as we look at the Word of God, we can see some of that detail and some of those ranks. So when we look at the Word of God, we first see the seraphim. The seraphim are there in the book of Isaiah, in Isaiah chapter 6. And what are they doing? As we see them, they're before the throne of God, and as they're before the throne of God, they're praising God all day and all night, because there's not any night in heaven, but they're praising God continually without ceasing. They're praising God. And so as we look at that, there they are, just crying out to the Lord and praising Him, exalting Him continually, non-stop. We also see the cherubs. We see the cherubim. And so as we're introduced to the cherubim, when Adam and Eve are kicked out of the Garden of Eden, they're placed in the entrance of the Garden of Eden so no one else is allowed to come in. And so it seems as though they're kind of protective angels. We also see those cherubs that are placed on top of the mercy seat. As God gave Moses the instructions to build that mercy seat and build the Ark of the Covenant that sits on top of the mercy seat sits on top of the Ark of the Covenant. As God gave Moses those instructions, on each side of that mercy seat there is cherubs, and those cherubs are wings. They stretch out above the mercy seat, reaching out, touching one another. And again, it seems that there are protective angels, and of course those are only forms of angels that are made out of gold that are placed above, but I believe they're symbolic of what is genuinely there. And then we also see the archangel. An archangel, now Michael is mentioned as the archangel. We're introduced to Michael. We see him in a few places within the Word of God, and so we see him as kind of being a warfaring angel, a protective angel as well. And that warfaring angel, he's battling Satan over the body of Moses. And I have to be honest with you, I don't totally understand that, and probably none of us really do if we really get honest about that. But as he's battling over Satan, he himself doesn't have the power over Satan. So it seems that Satan, who is also an angel, but is a fallen angel, it's a little bit more powerful than him, but certainly not more powerful than God, because he said, "The Lord rebuke you." And so as we look at that, there is that order within the angelic realm. God is a God of order. And so when we do things, we need to do things in order, and we need to do things in a way that pleases and honor God and honors the way that He has put things in their proper alignment. And of course, He is Master. He is Lord. He is Lord above all and beyond all. So to Him and Him alone do we owe our allegiance.